Are you looking to supercharge your frugal living journey in 2023 and beyond? In this video, I'm going to share 23 tips that will help you do just that. And stick around to the very end for a quote that you do not want to miss. Welcome, I'm Amy, and here at Frugal Over 50, I give you tips and tools for frugal living. Hola a todos, el día de hoy les voy a compartir 23 tips para el año 23. Number 1, in 2023, plan your spending. That means that you're going to budget. I have often recommended a budgeting plan called You Need a Budget, but a lot of you have talked about planning your spending just on pencil and paper, so this does not have to cost you anything. Think about your big expenses, your small expenses, your everyday expenses that you have coming up this year. Plan a big picture of how you want to spend and how you need to spend this year, and make a budget so that you can stick to it. Number 2, as part of this, pay your future self first. Yes, you know that means saving money. You may have your savings automated, particularly if you save through a retirement account at your workplace or a retirement account that you have set up. It may just be automatic. Take a minute and pat yourself on the back if that's the case. If you're just getting started thinking about paying your future self and saving, start small. Save a little bit consistently and figure out where you can put that so that you'll have it when you need it. And if you're saving for future you, for 2 to 5 years from now, something that you're going to need, you might even want to set up a separate savings account and just put something in it consistently from every paycheck or every time you get some income in. Paying your future self is a great investment in you. Number 3, related to the 2 above, reduce your expenses. If you're watching this at the time that this is released, some of you are going through a January no spend. I know that Kate Caden is running one right now, and you may just be doing this on your own. But think about this in a larger context. How can you reduce your expenses overall during the year 2023? Maybe big things, maybe little things. If you need ideas, keep watching because I've got more coming. Number 4, consider a side hustle or even looking for a new job so that you can increase your income. One of the best ways that you can live frugally is to have more money to be frugal with. When you have more choices available because your income is high enough, you can make the most frugal choice. Some of you are making frugal choices out of necessity, and I totally understand that. And some of you are making frugal choices out of abundance, and I understand that as well. But always be thinking, how can I get a little extra money in? What can I do for a side hustle? I recently took on a few more voice students so that I could get a little bit more in the year 2023. It feels good. I'm excited to get started, and I'm sure that you have some great ideas for side hustles. Share yours down below in the comments. Number 5, related to saving, pay down debt. Now, this may be a challenging year in which to pay down debt. Many folks have been accumulating debt pretty steadily since the beginning of 2020 and may still be accumulating it. I completely understand. Or that level of accumulation of debt may have stopped or at least slowed, but you're not really in a position to think about a massive payoff scheme in 2023. Completely get that. But what can you do to decrease your debt load just a bit so that it keeps you moving forward, however slowly, towards debt payoff? And you want to be able to still live your daily life. You want to be able to still save a bit for your future, even as you're paying off debt. It's a complicated balance. So if you're not sure what to do, always go back to number 1, where you plan your spending for the whole year and include spending on paying down debt. Are you paying a little bit off on your debt this year? Are you paying a lot off on your debt this year? What are your choices? What are your priorities? I'd love to hear from the community. How is that going? Tell me all about it. Number 6, eat well. This doesn't mean eating steak and lobster every day. It means eating food that meets your nutritional needs in the most frugal way possible. When you eat well, you feel satisfied, which helps to keep you from spending impulsively because you're unsatisfied. It also helps you to maintain what health you do have and might even help to improve your health just a bit if you have some nutritional deficiencies. Women over 50 have been bombarded all of our lives with the message that we should eat less. And I'm saying eat well. Eat in such a way that you feel sustained, that you feel satisfied, and that you feel ready to face each and every day. It will keep you more frugal, I promise. Number 7, exercise. You can exercise in a very free and frugal way by going on a walk or by using YouTube exercise videos as a way to inspire you, or even something that you follow along directly. If you're a woman over 50, you probably have decades of messages about feeling the burn and working until your limits or going past your limits. I don't know that those messages ever served us very well, but especially once we're over 50, gentle and consistent and being very caring of our bodies while we're exercising is the way to go. If you have struggled with exercising because you didn't want to hurt yourself so much, this is the time in your life to do what you can. It could be simple stretching where you are seated. It could be going for a long walk. It could be going to that gym that's included in the amenities where you live. It could be taking a dance class. If you're busy exercising, guess what you're not busy doing? Spending money. Tell me what you're going to do to exercise in 2023. Now we're going to move on to number 8 in just a minute, but I want to take a minute and talk to you about the shoes that I wear to exercise. They're made by a Canadian company called Vessi, and they make shoes that are super comfortable. They're made with a patented material called Dymatex that does a couple of things. If you live in a warm climate, they will keep your feet cool. If you live in a cold climate, they'll keep your feet warm. They're breathable either way, but at the same time, they're waterproof and snowproof. I have been wearing Vessi's daily for over a year, and I actually wrote to the Vessi company and said, can I talk about your shoes? Can we do some kind of a collaboration? And they said, sure. They actually sent me more shoes so that I could show them to you and talk about them. The reason I wanted to tell you about them is because I am a woman over 50. Many of you are women over 50, and we need shoes that are going to give us a sense of support and balance. And I have found these to be the most comfortable and supportive shoes that I have ever worn without special orthotic inserts. Additionally, the way they are constructed, they are so stable. I feel better after I've walked in these than I did before. Click that link in the description and see if there's a pair of Vessis that you like. Number 8, prioritize sleep. We do not live in a world that encourages us to prioritize sleep. So allow me to join you as we swim against the stream and prioritize our sleep. We may have to work at this. We may have health problems. We may have menopause issues that cause sleep to be elusive. But you know as well as I do that when you prioritize sleep, you get a good night's sleep, it helps you with impulse control. And what does impulse control help you do? It helps you to stop spending money impulsively. Or it helps you to stop impulsively going to places where, oh, I'm just gonna look around, and then you end up impulsively buying something. It helps keep you off your phone, which you're just too tired to get off of, and then you buy something impulsive. Sleep is so important. It can be very challenging to make it a priority, and it can also be discouraging when we're in menopause. And I encourage you to work at it. Make it a priority this year. Make sleep a priority. Also, if you're sleeping enough hours, that's just fewer hours that you have to be tempted to shop. There's no downside to making sleep a priority. Number 9, reconsider smoking and drinking. I've talked about this a little bit here, but I don't do either of these, and so I can't really speak on these subjects with the voice of experience. 2023 might be your year to consider your smoking habits and or your drinking habits in connection with your frugal living habits, and identify how you can navigate the really challenging world of reducing or quitting smoking in connection with your budget. Similarly, if you have a habit of drinking more than you like, particularly if you look back on 2022 and think, maybe I was a little excessive, what can you do to reduce or even stop that drinking? I know that research shows that with smoking in particular, it can take up to 8 times trying to stop before it really takes. And for some people, it never really does. But I have had some friends who found success in reducing the amount of smoking such that they were able to continue to live frugally. Since I am not the voice of experience here, I want to toss this over to you. And whatever you decide about these issues, make sure that you consider frugal living as a factor. Number 10, hydrate with water. Water that you may be able to get straight from your tap, depending on where you live in the world, or you may have to access it elsewhere. Water is a beautiful thing. When we stay hydrated, it helps to counteract the effects of medications we may be taking, like diuretics or other blood pressure medicines, or other medicines that we may take that dehydrate us. When we are fully hydrated, this also gives us mental clarity. Mental clarity helps us decide how we're going to spend our money, how we're going to save our money, and it helps us implement all of the frugal living tips that we want to in 2023 and beyond. Hydration is key. Let's drink our water, folks. Number 11, take care of the big rocks first. If you started your working career in the 1990s, you probably went to a seminar on the 7 habits of highly effective people. One of the elements of this is taking care of the big rocks. They gave the example of a vase where you have big rocks and small rocks, and you have to put both of them into this vase. If you start with the little things, you won't be able to fit the big rocks in. If you start with the big rocks, you can fit the little rocks in. Something is big in your life in 2023. Something is big right now when you're watching this. Take care of that first, and then the little things will come around. You don't have to tell me your big thing, but I know you're thinking it, and it's probably something that you're like, yeah, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I don't want to deal with that. But I'm telling you, once you deal with the big rocks, the little rocks will fit right into the vase that is your life. You can do it. If you're getting value out of this video, would you go ahead and give it a like and consider subscribing, and also share this video with a friend or with 10. If you'd like to contribute to the growth of the channel, click the link below for coffee, where you can make a one-time contribution or become a monthly member. Number 12, reconsider the latte factor. This is a book written years ago in which the author proposed that if you stopped buying lattes and instead invested that money, you would become a millionaire. Well, that's not really how it works. However, I would like to ask you to consider the latte factor in this way. What regular small expenses could you get rid of in order to have more money in your checking account? More money that you could use for things that you need or want. And think of this as a mindset game. I'm going to decide not to spend on these small items so that I can save for such and such. Or I'm not going to spend on these small items so that I can keep from going into a hole even deeper than I am. Or I'm not going to spend on these small items so that I can practice saying no when the impulse arises. There's probably something in your life that you could do this with and get a really positive result, both right now and in the future. So think about the latte factor as a mindset of identifying small expenses, cutting them out, and saving for later. Number 13, consider buying used. I used to recommend buying used all the time, exclusively. Now I say consider buying used because I have discovered over the last couple of years, as many of you have, that it can be difficult to find good quality used items. The markets have changed, and so it might be a better value to buy something new, but compare the used with the new and make your best decision, whether it be clothing or decor or larger purchases like cars. Don't necessarily stick with used all the time these days, but definitely consider used. Number 14, stock up for things that you need as you go. Maybe when you go to the store, buy one extra small item per trip that you're going to store in a drawer or in a cupboard or under your bed. And next time, another small item. And I'm talking $1 to $5. Let's do our best in 2023 not to panic over supply chain issues or difficulties with getting things, but instead to stock up a little tiny bit at a time. We can do this, folks. Number 15, as part of this, work on batching your errands so that you go to 2 or 3 or 4 places in one day and then you don't have to go out shopping again, or even order online and again batch your errands online so that you sit down, place a series of orders, and then get offline. The point here is to work efficiently so that you keep your blinders on, you shop with your list, you know what you're going to get, and then when you're done, you either go straight home, put it all away, and go on with your day, or you get off your phone, off your computer, and go on about your day and have a wonderful time. You've gotten what you need, you've spent the amount of money that you planned, because you have batched your errands. Number 16, think about your streaming subscriptions and other kinds of subscriptions. Do you want to, for instance, have a monthly budget for subscriptions and then change up which services you use each month so that you can meet your budget? One of our viewers recommended this, and I think it's a great way to test out different streaming services month by month without breaking the bank or even altering your expenditures at all. Another way you could do this is by paying annually for a particular streaming subscription that you really want, because annually usually gives you a better value if you have the money up front. How are you going to do your streaming subscriptions frugally this year? Number 17, redecorate your living space, but use your own stuff. Move that chair from there to there. Move that painting from that wall to the other wall. Move that little table over to another room. Use your stuff to redecorate your place. And this leads us straight into number 18, which is declutter and organize. If you have lived anywhere for longer than 5 minutes and you are a human being, you have probably accumulated some stuff. And it's probably some stuff that you actually need to get rid of or you need to reorganize. Look around your place and think, what do I need to get rid of today? What do I need to get rid of over the course of the year? And what do I need to reorganize so that will actually work for me? All of these things are important because when you have a living space that is organized and uncluttered and decorated in a way that works for you, you will resist the impulse to shop and you will be so busy doing the things involved in recreating your home in a way that works for you that you will not be spending money. You'll be saving money. Number 19, when you're done with all this, clean simply. Have a simple cleaning routine that doesn't take you endless amounts of time to do, and use simple multi-purpose products. You may want to do just a very inexpensive vinegar and water solution to clean your whole house. You may want to have a few multi-purpose cleaners that you use throughout the place. Don't get caught in the trap though of having so many different kinds of cleaners because most cleaners work for most things. So you want a simple routine and simple products. Don't let the fear of cleaning or the anxiety about cleaning make you go out and buy all these different specialty cleaning products and then all these different specialty cleaning tools because you probably don't need them. Just start cleaning, set up a simple routine for 2023. Number 20, I couldn't leave this one out. Make your own fancy coffee. You have a wonderful home that you have recreated just so you like it. Make coffee just so you like it and drink it at home. Enjoy the deliciousness, enjoy the peace, enjoy it all. Number 21, also enjoy creating a simple and multifunctional wardrobe. You probably have layering pieces like t-shirts and tank tops and certain kinds of pants that you can wear all year round no matter the weather. And then you layer on other kinds of clothes depending on the season and what's happening outside. But keep it simple, keep it multifunctional, keep it so that most things match with or go with most other things, and you will never ever look into your closet and say, oh my gosh, I have nothing to wear. A simple wardrobe is a frugal wardrobe. Number 22, celebrate. If you're going to implement all or even just a few of these many tips over this year, you may feel like you're working hard all year long. And yeah, we will be working hard together all year long here on Frugal Over 50 and in our own individual frugal lives. But take time regularly to celebrate your frugal wins. I bet you have a frugal win today that you could share down below in the comments. Tell us what is your frugal win for today and let's celebrate all together. Number 23, lather, rinse, repeat. Do it all again. And if you find yourself sort of falling down on the job and forgetting about frugal living for a while or forgetting some of the tips that were most helpful to you, come back and watch this video again. Take a couple of notes and try it again. I only want to encourage you. And when I say do it again, I mean that I know that you can do it. I know that we can do it. And every time that we try again and we try again and we try again, then we can become more frugal and we can become more joyful in our frugal journeys. The Roman poet and philosopher Lucretius said, "It is great wealth to a soul to live frugally with a contented mind." So wherever you are on your frugal living journey, take the next step, whatever that next step is for you, and know that you are not alone, and I am so proud of you. Live frugally, change your life, and together we will change the world. I can't wait to see you again soon. Nos vemos pronto. Bye!